Well, Alpin server is currently a ghost town, which is interesting. I don't know if the server went down and it just got restarted or something, but it's usually not that quiet at this time of day, so... I was going to hop on there, but if it's only 5 people on... we might do that next stream. So what I'll do is, we might hop on Enigmas later, but what I'll do is I'll fire up the Black Hawk. We can check that out. I'm not even going to attempt to cold start this thing. I did manage to earlier by blundering about, but I don't know the actual procedure. I haven't checked up on it yet, so we're not going to bother. I also haven't pulled the spring off my pedals, so bear that in mind. I'm not flying with my helicopter sort of set up for the pedals, but it doesn't really matter in this because it's interesting. It doesn't seem to have a lot of tail rotor authority. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing or what, but that's how it seems to handle at the moment. So this is a free mod. It just released like yesterday or the day before or something. It is full fidelity. It's not all clickable yet, but most of the essential stuff is clickable. They're probably going to add more as time goes on. But it is a UH-60L. Hey Chocolate, cheers. The sounds obviously need a little bit of tweaking. It sounds more like a jet than a helicopter at the moment, at least externally. The internal sounds are pretty decent. It looks like the external model's not fully animated, so for instance I'm moving the cyclic around and you can see the helicopter reacting, but the swash plate's not actually moving, the blades aren't changing pitch. So I think the animations still aren't completely done. The tail plane, the stabilizer, is actually animated. That will move with trim. Master Chief reacts. Oh, Master Chef reacts. What? Why? I can't even cook. Why would I do Master Chef react? Fuck content, dude. I don't give a fuck about content. I stream because I want to stream. Anything that keeps normies away is good. So we've got some different liveries default. We can also... I don't know if they'll do it while the rotor's spinning, but we can get rid of the stub wings. I think I'd have to shut down to do that. Or actually, maybe if I open the door? Yeah, we'd have to shut down the helicopter to do that. It's kind of like FC3. But you can do it. You can remove the stub wings. We've got a bunch of instruments, and pretty much all of them work. Let's set the radar down to 50 feet. Low. We got a high setting as well, like the Huey. So we can set that all the way up. Or we can set it all the way down. I don't know what, like, this is obviously navigation stuff, Doppler and GPS. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know entirely what it does, or I know what it does but not how it works. So I'm not going to fiddle with things too much. You can also hop in the left seat, which is where I feel more comfortable flying from usually, since that's where I'm usually flying the Mi-8 from. Then you've got the rear compartment as well. There's no door gunners or anything modelled yet. I think they need SDK access for that, but you do have the troop compartment. I hope you feel better soon, man. Get some rest. What else we got in here? We got this. I don't know if that's entirely realistic how it's rendered, but it looks Like, it probably is realistic, but it looks like a low effort Civi Sim HUD because the fonts are all like Arial fonts. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. That's our countermeasures there. What else do we have? Got our auto flight controls. Different radio and navigation systems. Let's get rid of the parking brake. I'll bring up the controls indicator. It feels like it has inertia, but it feels very light and responsive on the controls. But like I said, it doesn't have a lot of pedal authority. Like, once you pick up basically any speed at all, the pedals pretty much won't help. And the backlighting on the whiskey compass as well, we can turn that on. So you can see I'm full right pedal right now and it's doing a whole fat lot of absolutely fucking nothing. So I know basically nothing about the Black Hawk. That could well be how it actually behaves. Apparently they did have some SMEs consulting with this, so that could well be a real thing. I don't know. No experience with Black Hawk whatsoever. But it's definitely got a proper EFM. You can VRS this helicopter. It has quite a lot of power, and it gives that power to you pretty quickly. So it's not as easy as certain other helicopters I've flown in DCS. Me-8, but you can VRS it. I did manage to do it earlier. I think part of the stab org system is what's making the tail rotor not feel like it does a whole lot, because I notice once I get some speed up, I don't really need any pedal at all. Actually, no, I do. It just doesn't feel like I do. Interesting. I've been looking for what turns the windscreen wipers on, but I haven't found it yet. It's probably on the top console. I don't know if those work or not, but... Check collective. You're right, it does have a max travel speed. So I'm gonna... Okay, it's just under my afterburner D10. I'm gonna cut it to idle. That thump was it hitting the idle stop, but you can see how much longer it took to catch up. I think it is, Seal. I think it is. Pretty sure it has one. It has Doppler as well. Doppler GPS. Not sure about INS. It certainly knows where it is because it's feeding me back grid references. Somebody needs to make a Australian Army skin for this. There might be one already, actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I'm hoping, because it's pretty promising so far, considering it just released, I'm hoping that they continue development of this and actually get it to the point where they can put it for approval and get it to be a third-party mod. Or module, even. Because this, I mean, this is a 2005 era Black Hawk, I think they said. But you can see it's mostly still analog instruments with a couple of digital tapes. No MFDs. I would be perfectly happy to have this in the Cold War server if it was an official module. I mean, you've got your RWR, which is a bit modern, but other than that, this would be a fantastic helicopter for Blue to have, because then they could have the Huey as a small, light sort of sneaky boy, and then this is their actual medium lift, fast helicopter, well, fast, that can drop stuff off quickly. Actually, there's a question. I have not retreating blade stalled it yet, so let's get some altitude. Making a Seahawk as well? Oh, nice. That'd be really good to have. Really, really good to have, especially with all the other carrier aircraft we've been getting and will get in the future. Fuck, imagine you could actually fully fill out the air wing of a carrier in DCS one day. That would be sweet. It's very stable, it's like the Mi-8. I'm not really putting in a lot of control inputs here, or at least not consciously. Whereas the Huey, I'm constantly stirring the stick, and even then it's wobbling all over the place. It's quite easy to fly. It just doesn't like turning with the pedals. Okay, let's... Oh, she wants to go left. She wants to go left. Yeah, she wants to go left. It's not quite as violent as the Hind. Like, it won't roll you over really quickly like the Hind does, but it was trying to pull me left. So if I got it a little faster, I think if I had a bit more altitude... Yeah, right around 180, 190 knots. It wants to go off that way. Yeah, it is for me too, Seal. Very small. And I'm not sure if it should be like that or not, because like I said, I have no idea how the Black Hawk actually flies. Is the flight... Yes. Easily. This has an actual flight model. Like, just by default, it's better. And I'm not saying that just because I want to ride the hate bandwagon, I'm saying that because unfortunately it's true, and I'm hoping that Polychop can fix that. The Kaio has been radio silent for about a year now, which is a bit concerning, but hopefully they're able to get that out and get it nice and ready. Get the flight model where it should be, because if the flight model for the Kaio is good, then that gives me a lot of faith for the Gazelle. If it's not good when it releases, then I'm going to be very worried. But the complete lack of news has kind of worried me a bit, I have to admit. Now they're neutral, yes. The trim in this is kind of interesting too. Okay, so that... The trim release doesn't do what I'm used to it do. I thought the trim release would be like the actual trimmer button, like in the other helicopters. It's not. I think it might be like the Hind or the Mi-8 when they're in the autopilot. When you hold the trimmer down to move the stick, it might be like that. Because it's not moving the actual trim. The actual trim is moving with the trim hat. And then I can reset it with the trim reset button. I don't know how clearly you guys can see it, but there's 4 little diamonds plus the red diamond showing where the control axis is. And the 4 little diamonds, each one is for a different stab org system, I think. Or one of them's a trim and the other 2 are stab orgs. No, it doesn't, Pop-Tart. That's something I noticed, is you can't see shit when you're landing, which is probably why you'd have the crew chief talk you down. You know, in the Huey, you just look down past your feet. Can't do it in the Black Hawk because the instrument panel's too big. And we can't open the... You can open the door, including in flight, in this, but you can't open the window, so I can't really lean my head out the side like I can in the Mi-8. Alright, my power's sitting pretty high. I should come off that a bit. The interior sounds aren't bad. The external ones are just like generic jet sounds though. They don't have an external rotor sound. But it's pretty early days yet, so I can forgive them that. See, even at 100 knots, I'm not getting a whole lot of response. I'm full right pedal. Now I'm full right pedal, and I'm getting very little response at 100, 110 knots, around there. Once you get below 100 knots, you start to get some response from the tail rotor, and once you're down to about 80, it's quite spry. It's just whoop, 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 whoop. Little power. It's just difficult to get much out of it high speed. I haven't tried refueling it yet. I struggle enough to do aerial refueling in jets. I don't really need to try it in this, to be honest. The only aircraft I think I've ever done it successfully in was the F-18. I've made attempts in the Su-33 and the Skyhawk, and they did not go well. I was going to try for one of these rooftops, but those ones might be a bit small. I gotta remember, this isn't a Huey. She's got a pretty long tail. I don't think I'm gonna have room on top of that building. She doesn't wanna come around. There we go. Let's try for the, that big flat shed, warehouse, whatever. Oh, but I can't see it. It's under my nose somewhere, I can't see it. Earlier off-stream when I was testing this, I managed to land it on a pretty small rooftop, but I don't think I'm going to be able to replicate that here. Especially with all these trees. Maybe I would be better off trying for that. The rotor's too big. Probably catch it on the building. This one's got a few less trees around it. Yeah, this is the kind of helicopter you want multi-crew for, so the guy in the crew chief seat can talk you down, because you really cannot see what you're doing from the front. Oh, oh! There goes VRS. Lost it at the last minute. The damage model's not quite there yet. It does simulate engines failing when you smack them around, but, or at least to a degree. I'm not going to be able to take back off now. But the damage model's not quite, well, not really complete at all. Let's just restart the mission. I'll try and land it somewhere a bit less insane. Tired USAF, I remember when Black Hawks were new to the inventory. First one I saw was in Central America in the mid-80s. I've pretty much only ever seen them here. I think I saw one or two when I was home last time. Actually, me and Max both saw them. I think they were the Black Hawks. They might have been Griffins. But yeah, the Australian Army used them for quite a while, so that was mostly where I saw them. In fact, I think they are still using them because the Taipans are doing Taipan things, like not working. I actually... Give me a second, let me check. Doors. Ah! I can open the cargo doors. Oh. That's a... There we go. Ah, but they're not animated. Oh, no, they are. Sorry, I'm just sitting too far forwards. Wonder what happened to the Kiowa? Yeah, I don't know. Been a while since I've heard anything about it. I know they did put out a message a little while ago in their Discord, because I saw it getting reposted elsewhere. It's just, it looked like it was pretty close to being done, and then suddenly nothing for a year. But good luck to them. Big factory over there. Yeah, the stabilizer position gauge works. Yep. Almost all of the gauges in this work. I think the only one I've noticed that doesn't seem to do anything is that one in the middle there. I'm not even sure what it is. Not the smoothest landing, but I'll take it. So it is quite challenging to set down in small spaces, because you just can't see what you're doing. To be honest, I'm not even sure why they keep these windows, because you can't really... I mean, maybe if you do one of these ones, but even then, like... Who's gonna be flying like this? Heard anything about the Apache? Not really. I haven't been keeping that much pace with the Apache's development because it's not really my cup of tea. I mean, it'll be interesting to see it in operation, but it's too modern for me. So I'm probably either not going to buy it, or if I do pick it up, it'll be later on, and I'll mostly be doing front seat stuff. Okay, let's get going again. What I'm hanging out for, other than the F4U, is the Mirage F1. I really want to fly that thing. There's a bunch of other modules I'm looking forwards to as well, but the Mirage F1 looks like it's really close. A7's still quite a while off. I wouldn't expect to see the A7 until maybe the end of the year at the earliest. Maybe before that, but from what I've seen, it looks like probably the end of the year. I suspect the Mirage is probably almost done except the radar, because they have not shown the radar at all yet, so I'd say that's probably what they're working on, is the radar. Between the Taipan and the Royal New Zealand Air Force SH2G, what's up? Don't ask. Don't ask. Procurement in general in this place is a train wreck. No love for the EF2000, you're gonna get booted from Delta Gang. Look, I'll be interested to see what it does. I'll be sitting from the sidelines laughing when it gets banned from all the PvP servers for being OP. But it's a bit modern for my tastes. I'll probably get it, I just won't fly it much. I'm all over the place with my trim. Excuse my terrible flying. Good to see you, by the way, Vanel. Borchi talked about the Kiowa today in Casmo stream. Don't directly quote me, but I think he said they're getting closer to release or something. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, hopefully it comes out good, because I would very much like to see them have a win that they can then take and convert to the Gazelle. Because if they manage to get the flight model where it should be and fix the Gazelle using their new experience with that, I will buy the Gazelle. Because I really like the Gazelle as a helicopter. The main reason I've avoided it in DCS is because of the flight model. So once that's fixed, I'll probably pick it up. No, I haven't, Saber. So at the moment, the only thing you can put on the pylons is the extended range fuel tanks. You can't carry any weaponry, but like I said, you can also remove the stub wings, same as on the Mi-8. I just need to shut down the engine to do it, and then I'd have to restart the engine, which I don't really know how to do. I can do it if I blunder about long enough, but I don't really know how to do it. Like, we're going to be waiting on the sidelines too on the EF2000, still active chassis, so flight model's going to be very approximate compared to reality, and the systems, I think. You know, the flight model might be at least kind of close, but the systems are probably going to be mostly make-believe. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Does the Essex carrier come with the Corsair? Last I heard, yeah. And they also intend on having working elevators and hangar deck at release, which is pretty crazy. What do you mean? There's not an F-14 anywhere in frame. How could you say that? Yeah, I was just thinking that, Warp, is I can only imagine the chaos that the hangars and the elevators are going to cause in multiplayer. It'll be glorious. I can't wait. It's non-stop carnage. You imagine people as well, like, trying to use the same ship They're bad enough on an airfield. Now imagine them on a moving ship with elevators to the hangar deck. Like, it's just going to be absolute pandemonium. It'd be great. So I haven't seen the RWR come to life yet, probably because this is the only mission I've flown this thing in, and there's no radar threats. But the RWR does apparently work, which is quite cool. Hey, Legolas. Kitty Hawk going to be turned into razor blades, if they could model that too, if they didn't already. I wish they were going to preserve it as a museum ship. I really think they should have. Like, if there's any country on Earth that can afford to do that shit, it's the US. Had they put the bombers on the carrier for the Doolittle raid, could a Mozzie take off from an Essex? I mean, with enough headwind, you probably... Oh, maybe. If a B-25 could do it, a Mozzie probably could. Is there any Su-22 in DCS? Not yet. Except the AI one, but... Not a flyable one yet, but a certain developer may have teased some things that happen to look very much alike a Su-22. They got more than 3 museum ships, I think. They got the Texas, the Missouri, the New Jersey, the... Fuck, which is the carrier? It's the Independence, I think? Yeah, they got shitloads. Oh my god. That is beautiful. That is indeed beautiful. Intrepid and Hornet, aha. Installed Red Orchestra 2 again and looked for those awesome tank battles. Sadly, no service, so I've got some videos. Yeah, don't start me on Red Orchestra 2, please. My blood pressure can't take it. No, Kitty Hawk's conventional. Kitty Hawk was one of the last conventional carriers. In fact, I think she was the last conventional carrier. And she was at one time home to Brown Floyd. I don't think he's in chat at the moment. And also Gurn's dad served on the Kitty Hawk as well. I remember when I was a kid, she came out to Sydney. I wanted to go see, but the lineup was ridiculous, so I had to make do with just driving past and looking out the car window. Got the Midway? Yeah. Yeah, the US has a lot of museum ships. Most countries have one if they're lucky. The US has got, like, handfuls of them. JFK was the last conventional built, Shitty Kitty was the last operational. Yeah, that sounds about right then. The Kitty Hawk was in service forever. I quite like this. It's pretty pleasant. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on development of this, I think. I will watch its career with great interest. Because there's a lot of decent mods for DCS, but a lot of them kind of programmer graphics, so to speak. Like a lot of the, particularly the helicopter stuff, is they've got the flight model and stuff down, but the model is something that was bought off Turbo Squid, or you know, taken from. It was made like for a game 20 years ago, so it's really it doesn't hold up well in DCS. But this looks quite decent. Maybe use a little more detailing in places, a little higher resolution in a few spots, but it's pretty good. Like, this would hold up just fine in DCS. So this is... If they can keep this up and keep developing it, I would say it's probably pretty close to being third-party quality. Someone's making the P-40 and they dipped. What, for DCS? Wasn't that VEAO? They claimed up like half the planes ever built and then fucking, you know, the debacle happened with the Hawk and they took their toys and left home. I would really like to see A2A come to DCS. I'm curious how their code would hold up, though, because A2A, like, this is the thing with the guys coming from Civi Sims, is they're probably used to doing a lot of back-end stuff themselves, because there's no code base in a lot of the Civi Sims for stuff that they need to do for military aircraft. So it'd be like the same issue Heatblow runs into, where a lot of their custom code degrades very quickly over time. That might be the same issue for other Civi Sim devs coming in, so I'm like optimistic but cautiously optimistic, because A2A put out some really impressive stuff, but I can also see a very high potential for that stuff breaking every other patch. Even took pre-orders for it. That sounds like a very VEAO thing to do. Tried the Milviz Corsair for Misfizz, but they toned down the flight dynamics for takeoff and landing. Part of that is probably the sim more than them. So the issue there that they're having, and that Flying Iron have had as well with the Spitfire, is that the sim doesn't really support free castering tail wheels properly. So you have this weird kind of thing where you have tail wheel steering through the pedals, which on the surface sounds like it would make your life easier, because you don't have to deal with the tail wheel castering around with its own, mind of its own. It's actually the opposite, because you've got the tail wheel steering with the rudder. As you go to put in rudder corrections on touchdown, it'll spear you off the side of the runway, when the free castering tail wheel would just go with the flow. So the takeoff and landing and ground handling in general of the tail dragger warbirds and Misfizz is still pretty sketchy. I'm hoping that'll improve with time, though. Yeah, VEAO were the ones that made the Hawk. The thing that gets me with the Milviz Corsair is it's beautifully modelled inside and out, except for the fact that when the prop's spinning, it shows the it shows a 5-bladed prop. It's a 3-bladed prop. Like, it's such a weird thing. At least, yeah, I think it's a 3-blade that it has. It's 3 or 4. Pretty sure it's 3. But it shows like a 5-bladed when it's spinning. It just seems like that would not be a difficult texture to replace, so I don't know why it's still like that, but other than that and the ground handling, it's pretty nice. Yep, this is the Black Hawk mod. Just downloaded it last night. And we can see the doors opening and closing from external view too, which is pretty cool. It's pretty good, yeah. It's still early days, but it's pretty good. It's functional, it has a decent flight model. I've got a couple questions about it, but they could actually be, quirks of the Black Hawk. I know basically nothing about this helicopter, so I don't want to say, oh, it's wrong, because it might not be. But yeah, it looks good. It flies pretty nicely. The interior sounds are good. The exterior ones are not really there yet. But yeah, I like what I'm seeing. I think with some more work, this could hit third-party standard. I don't know if they'll pursue third-party standard, but I hope they do, because while having free mods is very nice, having stuff that we can actually use in multiplayer is even better. Which is my main issue with the Skyhawk, is I love that thing to death, and they've made a beautiful job of it, but I can't use it. Because I basically only play multiplayer. And it isn't really well suited to PvP multiplayer environments. Yeah, the Misfits devs seem like Asobo themselves seem pretty solid. There are a few issues that do need to be ironed out, but having looked a bit into their history in game development beyond just Misfits, they're pretty competent devs and they're very good at making things look pretty. I don't know if you guys have heard of one of their previous games they made, A Plague Tale: Innocence. I haven't played it. I mean to pick it up at some point though, but I was watching some gameplay footage of it. It's gorgeous. It's not a new game either, it's been out for a couple of years, but it is such a beautiful game. I don't know what it is with Asobo, but they have like magic fingers. They can make any sort of game engine look good. So now that the helicopter EFM is a thing that's out in the public and people are starting to make helicopter mods left, right, and center, somebody please do either a Me Too or a Car 26. A Car 25 would be nice too, but a 26 would be great because it'd be memes. And also you could probably reuse a lot of the engine code from the Act 52 since it's the same engine. I will not rest until I have either one or both of those helicopters in DCS. I'm kind of the opinion that they should probably make them and then have them as free trial helicopter, like, you know, like the same as the TF-51D or the Su-25T. It may not be economically the best idea for them, but I feel like a lot of people who would enjoy helicopters just don't really risk buying them. You know, like a lot of fixed-wing guys that, oh, I don't know about that, I'm scared of whirly-birds. That was me for the longest time, and then I got the Mi-8 and I love helicopters now. I feel like something small and simple like a Me Too or a Car 26 would be quick and easy to code. It wouldn't cost too much. They're freely accessible, like it's not hard to get the documents for them or get a hold of the real thing. Just go to Hungary and rent one. So it wouldn't be too hard of a helicopter to actually model, relatively speaking. And it would still have practical use in-game, arguably more than the TF-51, because you could use it for army liaison stuff. You could use it as a light scout helicopter. There were lightly armed versions that the Poles and the Hungarians used. You could do a lot with it. And if you do a Car 26, you could have the added meme of crop dusting. Which actually, oh my god, they could add that to the search and rescue service. Then you'd have search and rescue, firefighting, and crop dusting all in the same server. That would be amazing. That'd be like the civilian version of the really helicopter-oriented servers, like low-level hell and stuff. They should totally do that. Do a Car 26 and then have it as like a crop duster module on that server, or as like a light combat reconnaissance and liaison helicopter on combat servers. Because the Hungarians and the Poles did actually use that thing militarily. Mostly as a liaison, I think. But I could totally see somebody lashing a couple of S5 rocket pods onto that or something, or a gun, and then dusting the capitalists on the way home to dust their crops. S5 Sportback, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hey Steve. Think they'll make the tac glove work with DCS? I have no idea. I am not much of a gear hoarder. That is Seal. Seal has all the equipment, but I don't know. The only glove stuff I'm aware of is the Capto glove, and I don't even know how that works. All I know is I want it to be so that one day in the not too distant future I can flip people off using actual gloves in DCS. Make hand signals. Rudely. I'm not even at full speed here, I'm just cruising at like 170 knots? And it's so stable. This thing would be so good to have in Cold War because it gives Blue a faster medium lift helicopter. Which, I mean, as much as we all love the Huey is slow as balls. And I feel like in at least some missions it would really help Blue to have something that can kind of keep up with the Mi-8 and lift a similar payload, or not similar payload, this probably still carries less, but a reasonable payload. see just how ineffective the pedal is. It really does not like turning with pedal at high speed. To be fair, nor does the Mi-24, although not quite as badly as this. Although the Mi-24 will roll violently to to the left side when you put in left pedal, especially at high speed, so... It is interesting. I'm curious how much of this is intentional behavior and how much of this is just flight model weirdness. Any camera module needs to have that 10 pages in manual that explains why coaxial is better than conventional. Yes, absolutely. So for those of you who aren't familiar with it, the Ka-26 is a civilian helicopter by design. It's similar in layout to the Ka-25. It's a coaxial rotor helicopter. It's very short, stubby, with a little tail with 2 fins on it. It's actually got 2 tail booms that run out behind it. But instead of being a turbine helicopter, it's actually got a pair of Vedeneev M14 engines, which is the same engine the Yak-52 and the Yak-18 use. So you've got 2 Vedeneev radials either side of you, which feed into a common gearbox, and that drives the coaxial rotors. It sounds incredible. It's got like this really high-pitched sort of screaming sound to it. They're really agile little helicopters too. Well, I mean, they use them as crop dusters, so you can imagine they would be. So it'd be a lot of fun to use. We'll find somewhere to set this thing down, and then we'll check multiplayer again, I think. Those of you who've been paying attention to the instrument panel may have noticed that the stab position is indeed moving. It's based on speed, I think. So as you pick up speed, it levels off, and as you go into a hover, it tilts. You can manually control it, but I usually just leave everything in order. Usually if a system is automatic, I'll leave it in that mode because I don't trust myself not to fuck with it, which is kind of contrary to how I operate with World War II planes, where I hate automatic systems and I'd rather have full manual engine control. I sincerely wish the MiG-21's autopilot worked the way it's fucking supposed to in DCS, because it'd make my life a lot easier. I wouldn't need to trim nearly as much as I actually do. As far as Microsoft making a new combat flight sim, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't hinted at something like that already, because they were the big combat flight sim series in the 90s when I was a kid. So it would not quite be, the prodigal return of Microprose, but it'd be pretty close to it. Microsoft is I guess it's not really that different of a company to how it was then, but shall we say its reputation may be a little different now, but it would be nice to have a new combat flight sim series based on the technology they use in Misfits, for sure. Hate reality TV, just watch a clip from a show where they're jacking up a 737 seat. Jacking an aircraft makes even the most experienced mechanics nervous. Over here, no the fuck it doesn't. Yeah, well, got to get ratings somehow, and unnecessary scripted drama is the best way to do it, apparently. Reality TV is a large part of the reason I don't actually watch TV anymore. I have a TV, but it gets turned on maybe once or twice a year at most. And usually when I am watching something, it's on ABC or SBS, which are, oh, fuck. Didn't watch my descent rate. Which are like, publicly owned channels, usually have good educational programming and stuff on them. Well, that didn't go so well. We appear to be missing some blades. Where's my... Should be a click zone for that somewhere, but it's not really... There we go. No. I can't use the idle cutoff on that one? Hello? There we go. This is fine. This is fine. Clearly I'm not cut out to be a Black Hawk pilot. Now, I don't actually think... I could be wrong, but I don't actually think this thing has a rotor brake. I think I gotta wait for that to actually spin down the old-fashioned way. Takes a long time to spin down, Jesus. Surely by now it should be stopped. There we go. There must be a rotor brake somewhere, you would think. There we go. Yeah, that did not end too well. At all. Anyway, so that's the... Oop, I did not mean to press that. Okay, I thought I'd just quit to desktop for a second there. That is Black Hawk mod, which just released. It's pretty cool. Feel like missing some blades, you'd be vibrating a lot more? Yeah, and you know, you notice that in the Hind and in the Mi 8. They probably just haven't got round to coding that yet. Alpine server is a ghost town today. That's really odd. It's only, what, 9 AM here? It should still be, like, full at this hour. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Blue Flag 80s is on Syria now, apparently. Tempting. Other teams on an English server. I don't want to really miss a chance to fly the Mirage, so we'll hop on. DCS is pretty populated. That's on Syria too. Oh, holy shit. It's been forever since I've been on DCS. Let's go on there. I think like 2 years or something. I want to fly the Mirage. Like, I so rarely get to actually fly this thing in an environment where it performs well. I do need to fly the 14 again, but not today. It depends what you want, Aftermath. If you want to just jump in, like, to a pickup sort of play session where you can fly a couple missions and leave at your own leisure, Enigma server is the better one for that. Because you can literally just join, look at the front line, fly some sorties, quit. Alpine server is much better if you want to do anything with combined arms, any sort of any actually deeply involved air-to-ground stuff, anything other than just protect, like providing cap over an area. So Enigma's server is more pick up and play, whereas Alpen's server is more you lock yourself into a 3, 4, 5 hour mission, sometimes more. But there's a lot more going on. So it's like I play both. Usually I play Alpens when it's populated, then I switch to Enigmas once it starts to empty out on Alpens. But yeah, it depends what you're into. Like, I like the set-piece stuff in the Combined Arms, so I tend to still play on Alpens a lot, whereas I know a lot of people aren't as into that, and they've basically just gone to... A couple of them have gone to Enigmas. Most of the players on Alpens still play there. In fact, there's less crossover between the servers than I expected there to be. But, yeah, I know a couple people that, they didn't really like the Combined Arms stuff at all, so they hopped straight over. Okay, we've got some boat nerds. King Hussein appears to be the place to fly. Do I need to type something to faction lock myself? It has literally been years since I played on here. Not locked to a side yet, okay. There we go. Combined Arms might not be good, but it's fun. Like, that's the thing, Combined Arms frustrates the hell out of me very often, but it also is very fun a lot of the time. Oh god, I gotta rearm and refuel and... ugh. Why? I can't change my livery on here either, which is unfortunate. Oh well. I always forget how much it is in the tank. It's... fuck. I have to plug it in once I actually get the jet up and running. Getting a few stutters here and there. Hopefully that smooths out before too long. Not that one. It's that one. Why AP? Does it have anything else? Yeah, it only has AP and AP tracers, so I usually just use AP tracer. So I prefer having the tracer there. I'm expecting to get my shit wrecked on here. We'll see how we go, but it's probably not going to go well. Okay. Why is that not on? Probably because I forgot to put it in the line. 32, 27, 30, 36. Okay, so it's already set up. And then our altitude should be... Where is it? 674 meters.
Passage ready, you and Tom. Rearming complete.
$31.60, so we want to go up to... What size is the fuel tank again? 41.45. Oh god, I went too far. It's got to be more than that, surely. Check. 1,300 liters. Yeah, it should be like 44 something. 44.60. Let's call it 4,400. Two, 5, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1. We're all the way down here though. Holy shit. DCS has changed a bit since the last time I played on it. Holy fuck. So we're gonna go 0, 1 on our TAF. Yep, that's set. We'll set that up once we're actually armed up and good to go. And what was the other frequency? 1244. Okay. Fidgets. Interesting, it doesn't have the NVGs loaded, so I'd have to ask, I think. Yeah, I haven't got it loaded. Okay, we're now aligned. A lot of stuttering. I mean, Syria's probably not helping, but kind of concerning. I'm not sure where the closest end of the runway is. There. So we'll go right. Yeah, I think it's laid out kind of similar to a Soviet airbase. So the has as a asparagus off the end of the runways, as opposed to the British and French designed air bases in other parts of the, well, actually in the Persian Gulf map. I don't know about on this one. Those are horrible to navigate. Make no goddamn sense at all. But this one's pretty reasonable. Sure I'm not going to get run over. I think I just lost a tyre because I waited too long to rotate. Probably a lot of this stuff's going to be false contacts. The radar throws a lot of false contacts now, because the way the processing on it works is kind of janky and old school. It doesn't cope well, especially at lower altitudes. So let's get some altitude. And see if we can get any damage done before I catch a fucking active missile in the face. I don't fly in this area of the Syria map very often. It's quite nice. Another air base down there. It's jamming. Well, either he is or somebody near him's jamming. Narrow my scan out a little. Just trying to remember what I bound my scan bars to. There we go. It's 2-bar scan. I'm out of burner. Consider an autopilot for a minute. I'll try and remember how to read this. So the target's 0.7, mark 0.7. Bearing 046. 80 VR, I think, is 80 knots closure, but I don't know which direction. Or it could be 820 now, I don't know. It's either 82 or 820. And then 154 is flight level, and then 1 is number. So 15,400 feet and 1 target. Okay, maybe 072 isn't the bearing. What is it then? I'm trying to remember. I did know at some point and I've forgotten. Oh, it's probably range. That's probably what it is range. So 18 for 80. Yep. That's what it'll be. It'll be range. And there's our target. Right there. We're not going to pick him up right away. We got something much closer though. Uncertain. Hostile. Oh, and now we're going to see a range gate pull off. It's trying. See how the range gate's twitching? It's trying to pull off my lock. There it goes. It'll pull it all the way to the bottom, then it'll drop lock. And you can see on the HUD the ranger target's dropping as well. That's his jammer. Still not getting a friendly IFF return. So I'd say that's definitely enemy. But we're going to drop lock on him here in a second. He's just about pulled our lock off completely. Before I forget... Oh no, we still got plenty of fuel left in the belly tank. We're sipping up here. So I won't punch that off just yet. Looks like he's turned cold. Unless there's two of them. Oh, it could be two of them actually. So this is a really good showcase of how the Mirage's radar is simulated now. Oh, there we go. We've lost him. Radar's in memory mode and it just lost him. But there's a contact there. That's probably him. Or there's two of them because the TAF is showing him going the other way, which is interesting. Very interesting. Dread Platoon, thanks for following. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, okay, the TAF's updated. I'm getting jammed 9 ways to Sunday at the moment. Phoenix to the face? Probably. I guess Tomcats probably are on red, huh? Oh, we got one down low. Okay, well what we're gonna do... I think it is strawberry, yeah. I asked the wrong call sign.
Magic 2-1, Dodge 4-1, request bogey dope.
I might actually just use the TAF here to try and giraffe this guy. Something else over there. What's this? This is bloody, I think. Oh, someone just splashed him. Maybe that's a friendly. I don't know. Shit. Dropped. You don't look very friendly. However, he is also jamming me, so I don't have good ranging info. I'm gonna drop lock on him. And we'll try again for this guy. That's concerning. Oh shit, hello! I don't want to find out that both teams have the same helicopters. I don't think they do on DCS, but I could be wrong. So I'm not going to fuck with them, or I go back and gun them both. Okay, we are free fire here. I'm absolutely going to eat a missile in about 5 seconds. Don't freeze. Do not freeze, DCS. Oh, come on. Did the server crash or was that me? Fucking blue-balled. Well, my net's been fine, so I think it was the server. Looks like it. That's fucking annoying. That's probably gonna get smacked anyway, but that's annoying. Every time I want to fly in the Mirage, something happens. Every time. Open server's still pretty quiet. Look at all the fucking F-15 cancer. I'd go on the dogfight server for a bit, but look at all the fucking F-15s. I don't want to deal with that shit. They're no fun to fight against. And then blue flag 80s is pretty quiet as well. I don't want to have to go through starting the jet up again. Ugh. Maybe next time we'll try and do some Mirage stuff. I'll just jump on Enigmas for a bit. Looks like Red need people anyway. Red badly need people. And I think I just crashed SRS. Of course. I love technical difficulties. Oh, no, there we go. No, you're gonna have to restart it anyway. Thanks, SRS. Missed out on the MiG-21. I haven't flown the MiG-21 yet this stream. MiG-21's an official module. It was the first third-party module added to the game. Dove in Syria 80's blue flag? Not yet. I was thinking of it, but I just went through the whole Mirage startup procedure in DCS only for the server to crash, so that kind of put me off doing it again. Red 4 dominate in a lot of servers where Blue 4 don't have all their fancy spam rams to play with, because Red 4 players are used to working with shitty equipment. Well, not shitty, but outdated. And so we don't complain as much about not having it. We complain about other stuff for sure, but when you are used to having non-active radar homing missiles, or you're used to short-range missiles that the other guy can outrange, or you're used to aircraft with crap radars, you adapt to it. From playing in here in Enigma server, it's been funny watching all the blue guys complain that they don't have this or that thing which they're convinced they need to win. It's like, you already have better equipment than us and you still can't make it work, so... Mind you, they did win the last campaign last night. It took them weeks to do it, and they almost lost it in at several points, but I guess they just wanted it harder than Red this time, which is rare. Oh, please, can I have engine audio today? Okay, I do have engine audio, it's just really quiet. Sparrows are good fun. I agree. Sparrows are fucking fantastic. The Sparrow is probably the most underrated missile in the entire game, because the average person has no fucking idea how they work, and assumes that they've missed when they're tracking just fine. Actually understanding how your aircraft works is really important to, like, being good with it. Which may surprise a lot of people, but, you know, that's how it works. Mind the F5s have 4 sidewinders? I would, because they'd be even slower then. The F5's performance would degrade even more with 4 sidewinders. It only needs 2. And if you shoot them in good parameters, it should only take 1 shot to kill 1 plane. Sometimes it does take more, but ideally, 1 AIM 9P or P5 should equal 1 kill. Well, I call him as I see him, Saber. How hard the Mirage F1's going to flip the table on? Not that hard. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good, but I think that people are dramatically overestimating it, same as they are the Phantom. Like, especially if it's a slatted Phantom, like a slatted F4E, it'll be okay. If it's a pre-slat F4E, holy fuck, the blues are going to be miserable. Because it doesn't outperform the MiG like they think it does. The margin of performance between a F4E pre-slat and a MiG-21 BIS is not very big. And in several places it's the advantage to the MiG-21, not the other way around. Like, they're going to be great planes, and used well, they're going to be really effective, but if people can't use the F5 well, they're not going to be able to use the F1 or the F4 well. And I've noticed there's a lot of magical thinking that it's going to be some sort of silver bullet, like, oh, the F5 rips its wings. Have you seen the G limitations on the F4 with a full load of air-to-air missiles? They're worse. Oh, you know, the F5 only gets 2 missiles. Well, if you shoot both your missiles out of parameter anyway, having 4 more to shoot out of parameter is not going to help you either. Like, all the complaints I hear about the F5 this or the F5 that is literally a skill issue. I'm sorry, but it is. And it's the kind of skill issue that's going to bite people with the Mirage F1 and the F4 as well, because the Mirage F1 and the F4 have most of the same issues that the F5 does. The F4 actually has thrust, unlike the F1 and the F5, but you know, the Mirage F1 and the F5 both have quite poor thrust-to-weight ratios. They're reasonably nimble, but like not amazing. The F4 is not that nimble. The F4 has horrific visibility and terrible ergonomics. Like, the F4 makes this thing look like it's a beautifully well-designed ergonomic dream. Like, a lot of people, when that plane comes out, are going to discover they don't actually like the Phantom. They like the idea of the Phantom, but they don't actually like the Phantom. Same as red players with the MiG-25. If a MiG-25 came out today, I guarantee you, like 80-90% of people would either hate it, or they'd fly it once or twice and then not fly it anymore because they don't see the fun of flying it at high altitude with nothing to shoot. Hey, Wolfpack! Cheers to the raid, man. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everybody. We've just hopped on Enigma's Cold War server because DCS decided I was having too much fun in the Mirage and crashed on me. I didn't feel like starting the plane up again, so here we are. Yeah, the Phantom is going to be a really good bomb truck. Like, forget killing MiGs with it, it's going to be an amazing bomb truck. I wouldn't say that yet, Steve. I'm probably not going to be flying super well today. I've had enough technical issues with DCS so far this stream that it's probably going to jinx me. Cheers, man. I will. Thanks again for the raid.
Wolf 1-1, bogey dope. Wolf 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 276, 83, 2000, beam north, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Copy. Warning 15 kilometers.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 259, 13, 300. Drag west. Begin.
I need to sort out my throttle D10 for this. So it's staying in afterburner long after I pull it past the D10. What happened to the lady? She was costing too much money. The Azure voice services are very, 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 very expensive. And the server is a lot more popular than Enigma planned for.
Hunter 1-1, threat. Bra, 297, 18, 200. Hot. Begin.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, threat. Bra, 245, 18, 1700. Flag east. Warthog. Hunter 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 353, 9, 300. Beam east. Begin.
Oh, Blue's already started pushing.
Hunter 1-1, merged.
It's a certain amount per hour of speech, I think. I can't remember how much it is, but it's quite a bit.
Bra, 201, 18, 100. Flag east. Tiger 2.
Like it was costing 2 or 3 times as much as the server hosting itself was.
Hunter 1-1, threat. Bra, 276, 18, 800. Flag northeast. Tiger 2.
Fucking Mavericks, dude. Brutal. We need to focus the A10s.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 277, 12, 100. Flag northeast. Tiger 2.
Holy shit, look at our fucking frontline health. And our depots.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord.
DCS,
Bra,
don't we?
280, 11,
No.
200. Flag northeast. Tiger 2.
Catch you later, Kotu.
Hunter 1-1, merged. 302, 200. Tiger 2.
Overlord Hunter 1-1
Break.
Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, merged. 012, 500. Begin. Hunter 1-1, threat. Bra, 249, 18, 100. Flag northeast. Begin. Hunter 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 025, 2, 100. Drag east. Tiger 2.
Got a min burner. I gotta burn off some fuel anyway. Switch over to Kutaisi RSBN, since that's where we're heading anyway.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Bogado.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord. Bra, 211, 3, 400.
Yeah, if they're done
Tiger 2.
properly, they would be. But also, even with that, people still believe some stupid shit. I mean, you'd think the blue modules would be good at dispelling myths too, but they claim shit's broken when it's working as intended just because it doesn't line up with their Top Gun fucking fanfics.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Pogo.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord, Ra, 0466, 300, drag northeast, Tiger 2.
It should be gory down there. That's where Stalin was born. On one of Alpin's missions, 2 towns, that ridgeline has an EWR on it, and they like to hide on the back side of it.
Overlord Wolf 1-1 Pogo.
Spent enough time on DCS Caucasus that
Wolf 1-1.
it looks very different in real life. It looks very different in Misfits too, because it's actually got better, you know, like proper satellite imagery.
Tiger 2.
But in the DCS version, I know my way around pretty well. I know where things tend to be in different missions. Alpin's ones especially, because I played them for
Hunter
so
1-1,
long.
Overlord, Ra, 045, 19, 500, drag north, Tiger 2.
And then 2 towns itself, the 2 towns in question are along that river.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, set tripwire 10 kilometers.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, copy, warning 10 kilometers.
Belly tank's empty. Overlord, Circus 1-4, okey doke.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Ra, 164, 37, 2,300, flag northeast, begin. Hunter 1-1, threat,
Going for a
Ra,
depot.
203,
Or for a
18,
industrial
800,
level.
beam east, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, okey doke, Vigan. Get the bearing again, because ADHD, I wasn't paying attention.
Wolf 1-1 Pogo.
Wolf 1-1, Overlord, Ra, 350, 35, 1,400, beam west, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, okey doke, Vigan.
Circus 1-4, Overlord,
Yeah, I'll have to
Ra,
find in this haze.
119, 29, 1,800, beam northeast, begin.
I wish I knew his speed, because that's going to decide whether I catch him or not. I probably won't. I might be able to cut him off.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 Pogo.
Hunter 1-1,
Climb up a bit.
Overlord, Ra, 203, 11, 600, drag south, Tiger 2.
So I can't catch him at low altitude, but I can overtake him at higher altitude. The issue is then finding him as I come back down. Overlord, Circus 1-4, okey doke, Vigan.
Break, Hunter 1-1, merged, 210, 600, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4, threat, Ra, 073, 15, 1,800, drag north, begin. Circus 1-4, Overlord, Ra, 071, 15, 1,900, drag north, begin.
It's really low. Oh, gotta watch my airspeed. We don't want to exceed 1,300 or bad things will happen. Like my engine going on strike. Oh, hello. Probably not going to pick him up very well though at this altitude.
Overlord Hunter 1-1 shopping.
Hunter 1-1, Overlord,
There's somewhere.
Ra, 333, 22, 100, beam east,
Bit of dust.
Warthog.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, okey doke.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Ra, 046, 8, 1,600, drag northeast, begin. Hunter 1-1, threat, Ra, 336, 18, 200, beam east, Warthog. Break, Circus
I see you.
14, merged. 050, 1700, begin. Wolf 11, Overlord, Bra, 010, 38, 1800, flank southeast, Tiger 2.
He wasn't in Burner. He will be now. Overlord, Circus 14, Bogey Dope. And
008, 100, Fort Hawk. Circus 14, Overlord,
Come here,
Bra,
bitch.
045, 3, 1300, drag northeast, begin.
Watch my airspeed. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm using the sound mod. I can't fly the MiG-21 without it these days. I mean, especially with the sound bug, it helps fix that to a degree, but it's just so much better than the default sounds. Right, I need to refuel now. Because I just spent all of it chasing that guy. There should be a road base around here. I might land at Hashuri.
Wolf 11, Overlord,
Or-
11, bogey dope.
Actually, I probably have enough to get into Kutaisi, but it's right on the front lines. It's going to be really risky.
Overlord, Wolf 11, bogey dope.
Let's see if there's anything else around me first.
Wolf 11, Overlord, Bra, 268, 11, 700, drag southwest, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 14, Bogey Dope.
Circus 14, Overlord, Bra, 280, 142, 600,
fuck out.
drag southwest, Tiger 2.
So he was going for our industrials, I think. I'm glad I caught him. I definitely have enough fuel to make Kutaisi. I'm just really sketched out about landing literally on the front line.
Overlord,
I think I'll go for a road base. That one's probably been bombed out, so we'll try
Overlord,
Kashuri.
Bra,
That's my
221,
closest anyway.
9, 600.
The others are
East
probably
southeast, Tiger 2.
traded. So we'll see how Hashuri looks, and if it's okay, we'll land there. Hopefully not get stuck in the grass as I turn around, and base out of there for a bit. It is a long flight back from Tbilisi. I don't want to get blown up on the runway. And both teams have been very cavalier about bombing and strafing airfields over the last couple days.
Wolf 11, Overlord, Bra, 233, 1, 400, drag south, Tiger 2. Alamo 11, threat, Bra, 009.
It's a Track IR5.
400,
It's the Track Clip
hot,
Pro.
Tiger 2.
So when I bought it, it came with this and also the hat clip. I use this one because the hat clip doesn't play nice with the reflections on my glasses, and I don't really wear hats indoors anyway. How did it feel? How did what feel?
Alamo 11, merged, 024, 200, Tiger 2.
Hey, Bandit! Cheers to the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everybody. Doing a bit of Enigma's Cold War. His spine was... Dude, it is a waste of my time to fly all the way back from Tbilisi after getting blown up at fucking Kutaisi. Like,
Overlord, Alamo 11, Bogey Dope.
I'm not gonna do dumb shit just for the sake of the stream.
Alamo 11, Overlord, Bra,
I have enough trouble doing dumb shit accidentally
200,
anyway.
hot, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Wolf 11, bogey dope.
There's the road base.
Overlord, Bra, 031, 15, 200, drag northeast, Tiger 2.
Flat bug still hasn't been fixed yet. Hopefully it will be next patch, fingers crossed. So I'm gonna have to be really careful on my landing approaches here that I don't drop the flaps above, I think it's 350 even, because I dropped them at 400 the other day and still lost my fucking hydraulic pressure. Which definitely, like, that's a bug. It's not supposed to happen. It makes no fucking sense the way the hydraulic system of the aircraft's actually designed. That should not ever happen. So it really does need to be fixed ASAP. It's kind of game breaking. Okay, gear comes down. Pressure's already bleeding off just from the gear coming down. Jesus Christ. A little crooked here. Getting off soon? Probably not. Please don't be crated. I should have flown by it just to check, but whatever. We'll chance it. Don't really need to worry about the chute. Because I want to go past the back end of the road base and turn around anyway. Oh shit, somebody just spawned in. Okay, never mind. You have to go around. Please, God, do not let me get stuck when I go in the snow.
Overlord, Wolf 1-1, bogey dope.
Wolf 1-1, Overlord, Bra, 276, 22, 200, drag west, Warthog.
There really needs to be something like, there's a way to remove trees in the mission editor, like you place down a trigger zone or something and it removes trees and lampposts and shit. There needs to be something similar, but it needs to turn the grass material into concrete so that you can actually have proper road bases. Grass spray painted white, yeah. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop. Do not stop! Oh, just barely. There we go. We'll leave the 800 on. Yep, that's a Me-26. And the blue road bases have a Chinook. Yeah, they are. They've been in the game for ages. They actually acknowledged my request. I can't hear it filling. I might be too far back. Check. Yeah, I'm too far back. Fuck. I'll be careful I don't taxi into the red flag area, because that's where the spawns are, and I will get fucked up if somebody spawns in that slot. I might need to taxi through to the other side though, which is annoying because I'll end up blocking anyone that spawns in, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do. So I'll just quickly dash across here. Hope nobody spawns while I'm in this area. And then stop here.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, set tripwire 10 kilometers.
There we go.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, copy, warning 10 kilometers.
Na pewno nie, chyba śmierć rozkłada mnie, nikt nie przemknę. Mam dreszcze, kurwa mać, ile jeszcze będzie trwał ten stan. Śnił mi się koksuwan i Harry Gram. Tak dla smaku, chcę się wozić w Cadillacu. Myślami po znajomych biegam, lecz każdemu co
Still a
zalega.
fair few people on.
Pożyczki, bo przycinam jak nożyczko.
Not yet, sure enough, not yet. Next patch, fingers crossed. Hopefully also the flaps should be fixed next patch too, but we'll see. Still got to retexture that. So I haven't retextured that yet. I just finished retexturing the gun pod control panel yesterday, the day before. So I've redone the labels on it. I might show that later. But it's basically the same as the other stuff, I just fixed the font. I've still got to do the RSBN panel as well. Gotta do that, I've got to do that. Got to do the autopilot panel, got to do the landing gear panel. I think that's mostly okay. Probably replace that with something else. I've been retexturing the cockpit because the fonts were wrong and there were some typos as well, like things not spelled right or whatever, or like using the wrong word. So I've retextured most of it, but there's a few parts I still haven't finished yet. I did the instruments as well. I've still got to do the clock, I haven't done that one yet. What else haven't I done? Clock, and I think that's it for the instruments. I think I did all the other ones. Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 262, 65, 900, Hot, begin.
I know it's a highway. Well, it's not even really a highway, it's just a two-lane road. Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 252, 50, 1,300, Hot, begin.
Just going for the same target, I think. We'll head him off. So he's 252 now. We'll go about 225, 230-ish. Try and catch him there.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, Raw, 034.
I wish you could tell Overlord to select a particular target and give you periodic updates, so that I could actually fly a proper stern conversion on this guy without having to guess. But maybe one day. Nope, this is Enigma's Cold War server. I don't play on Hoggit. I don't really do PvE at all. Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope, Vegan.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 272, 23, 900, drag northwest, begin.
It's changed targets, I
Alamo
guess.
1-1, threat, Raw, 319,
There's no F-14s on the server at the
500,
moment, but they will be coming
Tiger
back to
2.
it. They were on it when it first came out, and they'll be coming back to it at some point. Server, how many players have big
Alamo
maps?
1-1,
This is
merged,
the
349,
southern part of Caucasus,
100,
and
Tiger
it
2.
has up to 50-something players on it. I think I've seen like 58 players or something on here before. 56 or 58. Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord.
Not on this server, no.
296, 22, 500, drag northwest, begin.
Pretty much none of the PvP servers use the A4 mod because you can't do version control on it. Like it's fine to play in single player or on a PvE server with your friends, but if you put on a PvP server, it's going to cause all kinds of issues.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord.
Both from people that don't have it installed,
120,
and then
12,
team kill it thinking it's a
500,
flanker, because that's what it
drag
looks like if you
Tiger
don't
2.
have it. Or people that use the older version with the older flight model, which is a UFO.
1-1, Overlord.
It's just not well suited to PvP,
282,
unfortunately.
144, 300, drag
Not that hard.
northwest, begin.
It looks a lot harder than it is. Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 293, 33, 200, drag west, Tiger 2.
Vegan might have just gone down. Yep, he blew himself up. Well done. Get some altitude back. Oh, right there.
Overlord,
He just
Alamo
blew
1-1,
himself up trying to
Bogey
bomb
Dope,
that
Tiger
depot.
2.
Is that what I'm
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, Raw, 211.
Yeah,
15,
the game supports
100,
mods.
Drag southwest, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope.
Circus 1-4.
Unfortunately,
Overlord,
he hit it.
Raw, 276, 28, 100, beam north, Tiger 2.
How many hours do I have in the game? About 3,000. Actually, more than that now. I think like 3,400, something like that. Mostly in the MiG-21, which is what I'm flying now. Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope. Wish we had a human GCI.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 299, 19, 300, drag west, Tiger 2.
Yeah, he's running away. He's actually fighting a friendly there.
Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 297, 15, 200, beam northeast, Tiger 2.
Unfortunately, part of the intent of the server was to get people off the deck. It doesn't work, they just fly even lower. That's the friendly I got locked up. F5's with him.
Circus 1-4,
F5's the front one.
309, 200, Tiger 2.
If this MiG doesn't have a clean shot, I'll take it. MiG got him. Okay. We're not needed here. Oh, the frame rate. Ow.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, Bogey Dope.
Yep, this is the bot I'm talking to.
Aluma 1-1, Overlord, I could not find you on scope.
That's pretty good, Josh. Pretty good.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, Bogey Dope.
Alamo 1-1,
Hey, Doc, son.
Overlord, Raw, 302, 26, 900, beam northeast, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, Bogey Dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 029, 30, 2600. Drag north. Begin.
Overlord Wolf 1-1, bogey dope.
Wolf 1-1, Overlord. Raw, 290, 107, 2200. Hot.
There you are. Oh, don't freeze, please, DCS.
Circus 1-4, threat, raw, 056, 15, 2100, beam southeast, begin.
Gonna be pulling in behind him, I think. There he is. Just fired.
Overlord Wolf 1-1, bogey dope.
Oh, and I just oversped my engine. Shit.
Wolf 1-1, Overlord, raw, 282, 74, 800, flank southeast,
Oh,
begin.
no need to shoot him. What hit him? Strella.
Circus 1-4, merged, 098, 700, begin. Alamo 1-1, threat, raw, 106, 10, 300, beam southwest, fast, begin.
Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope. Kill themselves before I can kill them. Jesus. Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, raw, 305, 20, 600, hot, Tiger 2.
It's not the engine RPM, it's the actual indicated airspeeds above the VNE, and the way it's simulated in DCS is once you pass VNE, the engine flames out.
Circus 1-4, threat, raw, 325, 15, 700, flank southeast, Tiger 2.
Let's see him out. He's going to be really low over those
Wolf
hits.
1-1, bogey dope.
There he is.
Alamo 1-1, threat, raw, 330, 10, 700, hot, Tiger 2. Wolf 1-1, Overlord, raw, 281, 62,
Okay, he dodged those.
700, flank southeast, Tiger 2.
He won't dodge this.
Circus 1-4, merged, 333, 700, Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, merged, 332,
Siege, when you overcook the
700,
engines,
Tiger 2.
cut throttle to idle, hit the relight switch, make sure you're above 500 kilometers an hour, well, 400, but I usually like to be above 500, and below Mark 1, and then hit the relight switch. As it starts to wind up, you slowly advance the throttle. As soon as it actually catches, you close the relight.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, raw, 247, 20, 200, drag west, Tiger 2.
Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope. Probably gonna land soon.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, raw, 281, 21, 200, drag west, Tiger 2.
He's heading home. I don't want to get baited over their air defense, so I'll ignore him. Tiger 2 is the F5. F5E Tiger 2. It's not the World War II tank, it's the plane.
Overlord Wolf 1-1, bogey dope.
Wolf 1-1, Overlord, raw, 271, 69, 200, drag west, Tiger 2.
I might as well land at Kutaisi, I guess. It's risky, but we'll try it. Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope. Just make sure no one's going to pop me on landing approach.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 265, 36, 700, beam south, Tiger 2.
If you put exclamation mark song in chat, it'll tell you.
Alamo 1-1, threat, Raw, 266, 10, 400, beam south, audio jet, Tiger 2.
The band is Molchat Doma. I can't remember which song this is. Maybe Collector?
Wolf 1-1, Overlord, Raw, 271.
The cone is to make sure the engine
1,900,
gets
hot,
the correct airflow coming into it. It doesn't get shockwaves in
Alamo
the
1-1,
compressor.
threat, Raw,
However, it can only do
10,
so much.
1,800, flag east, begin. Alamo 1-1, merged, 292, 300, audio jet. Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 293, 15, 900, hot, begin.
Fuck. Gotta land in a hurry here. Actually. You know what? Fuck it.
Circus 1-4, merged, 301, 200, begin.
Oh shit. It's even
Alamo
closer.
1-1, threat, Raw, 328, 10, 100, hot, Tiger 2.
Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 078, 300, flag southwest, begin.
Whoop. Stalled it. Did he get me? He damaged me. Oh, he did get me. Shit. That's why I didn't want to land at Kataisi. Next time we won't. It's just way too risky.
Перезарядка по плану. Прием.
Realistically speaking, the actual limitation on the MiG-21's airspeed is, like at high Mach numbers, or high indicated airspeeds, is stability, as well as things like canopy strength. But in order to stop people from abusing the fact it has a lot more thrust and can get to a much higher speed, like a bunch of other aircraft in the game, they made it so that the engine just flames out if you try and abuse it. Otherwise, people would be ripping around at like Mach 2.5 in an aircraft that really should only be doing just over 2. A lot of modules don't model any kind of limitation like that. This models it in the sense that it stops you from doing it, but it doesn't model it accurately. There are some modules that I think model it somewhat accurately. Hang on, I gotta fidget myself over a little. There we go. Yeah, that's all set up. having a bonfire over there? Oh, God knows. That's pretty typical at the airfields on this server. How many monitors do you have? 2. I only use one for gaming. The other one I just use for checking chat and having OBS open. And when I'm not playing DCS or streaming, I usually have the second monitor with Discord open. J7 to MiG-21? Depends on the version. An early J7 and an early MiG-21, like a MiG-21 F-13, the J7 has 2 cannons. The MiG-21 has 1. There are a few other little subtle differences as well. Later ones, it's much easier to tell. The J7 still looks like an early MiG-21 in silhouette. And the later J7s have a cranked delta instead of a pure delta, so the wingtips kink outwards. How about the cockpit opening? That depends, because early MiG-21s the cockpit opens forwards, late MiG-21s the cockpit opens sideways. I think the J7 opens forwards as well, or it opens backwards, I can't remember which one. But there is also a version of the J7, although it's a less common one, which basically is like a MiG-21 MF, including the sideways opening cockpit. Wrong button. I didn't mean to do that. What I actually meant to do was that. There we go. Overlord, Circus 1-4. Set tripwire 15. Yeah, they do. Much more.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Copy. Warning 15 kilometers.
I like how Blue's attrition is still higher even though they outnumbered us. It seems to be a common theme. Most likely because the F5s keep ripping their own wingtips off, and the Vigans keep bombing themselves.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, set tripwire 15 kilometers.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord. Copy. Warning 15 kilometers.
there a cockpit texture mod that changes text to English? Yes, one comes with a module. So most of the modules with cockpits that are in other languages have an English version as well, I just don't use them. And I not only don't use them, but I remade the Russian language version of the MiG-21 cockpit textures so that it would have the correct fonts and to fix some of the typos in them. Not yet, RTR. I need to watch that later today. I have heard about it, I just haven't seen it yet. Need track IR? It helps a lot. You don't necessarily need track IR itself. I've heard Delin Clip's a pretty good alternative. If you can get that cheaper, sometimes, like, the regional pricing's a bit weird. Sometimes you can pick Delin Clip up cheaper, sometimes track IR is cheaper. Like, I had to replace the clip on this because it broke. Again, these are really flimsy. It's one of the few downsides of the design. And I was looking at getting a Delin Clip one because they're a bit more substantially built, but it would have been more expensive than just getting a replacement track IR one. I got used to it pretty quickly. So when something changes my profile, like if I accidentally forget to back up my track IR profile and I have to remake it from scratch, or if I'm sitting in a slightly different position, like I fidget around a lot and my chair rolls around a little, that'll throw me off, but the actual use of it, it didn't take me long to get used to it all. It took me like a week or two. I've had it for 10 years now, so it's pretty much instinctive to me. When I watch other people playing DCS, I try and head track, like just subconsciously. Do you think that area will be a good analog for Scandinavia, some coastal areas of Russia? It might actually be a decent stand-in for a few of the areas of the far north, yeah. That's actually a good call, because I don't know if we're ever going to see a northern Russia or Scandinavia map, but we could potentially use South Atlantic to stand in for it. It won't be perfect, but it should be close enough. Better than Caucasus at any rate. Probably find a good track IR clip on Etsy that someone 3D printed. I was thinking of having a look, but I'm not just getting this one. Razban will be able to deliver the MiG-23 this year? I don't know. I don't know. Sim development is notoriously liable to slip. Like, look at things like the F1. We were all pretty sure that was going to be out by now, and it isn't. The Kiowa people thought was going to be out the end of 2020, and here we are in 2022, and there hasn't been a whisper of it for a year. So... Oh! Server restart in 15 minutes. Well, you know what we're doing, chat? We're going to space. Just to kill time. I'm not going to get to the front line by the time the server restarts, so... Well, I might, but I won't get a chance of getting any decent fights, so we're just going to do a nice zoom climb up to very high altitude. Catch you later, 50 missions. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Tank's empty. I'm carrying a pretty draggy air-to-air load at the moment, 2 R3Rs, 4 R60Ms. So, even with this much drag, we should be able to get pretty high. With 4 missiles, I've had it up
Overlord
like
Alamo
30, 31 kilometers. that sort of neighborhood, which is 100,000 feet or slightly over.
Raw 258 64 600 hot Tiger 2.
Point it more towards Kataisi. The blue should get some interesting callouts when we merge with them. I'm going to pick up a little more altitude here as I'm accelerating. I'm going to gently climb to about 11 or 12 kilometers. And that's where we will start our zoom once we hit Mach 2.1. Moving pretty quickly now. We're doing 1.6.
Alamo 11, threat, Raw 211, 15, 800, beam east, Tiger 2.
Start leveling off now. Not quite gonna fully level it, but we'll get closer to it. Now, Jack. Let's not start any shit fights in chat. Well, I mean, of course, because the whole war was designed to keep Galtieri in power. That's the whole reason it
Circus
happened.
14, threat, Raw 303.
But it is what it is.
4,400, flag east, Tiger 2. Alamo 11, merged, 155, 900, Tiger 2. Circus
Yeah,
14,
Thatcher just
threat,
gutted
Raw
the British
260,
military,
15,
which is part of why they saw the
900,
opportunity to do it.
Tiger 2.
Hey, Dub.
Circus 14, merged, 335, 5,800, Tiger 2. Circus 14, threat, Raw 288.
That's
15,
cute. One of them's
200,
trying to intercept me.
drag north, Warthog.
That's adorable.
Circus 14, threat, Raw 308, 15, 600, flag east, Aviojet. Circus 14, merged, 302, 500, Warthog. Circus 14, merged, 348, 600, Aviojet. Circus 14, merged, 194, 400, Tiger 2. Circus 14, threat, Raw 253, 15, 3,800, flag southeast, Tiger 2.
There you go, 2.1. We're going to start about a 3 or 4G pull-up.
Overlord, Alamo 11, bogey do.
Circus 14, threat, Raw
It's about
283, 15,
50,
500,
60 degrees.
drag west, Tiger 2. Alamo 11, Overlord, Raw 255, 36, 5,000, flag northeast, Tiger 2. Circus 14, merged, 293, 500, Tiger 2.
Good luck, F5s. Good fucking luck. See you later. There goes the engine at 23 kilometers. It starves of oxygen, so we got no engine now. Oh shit, I wing rocked it because I wasn't watching my AOA. That's going to lose us some altitude. So what I should have been doing was paying more attention and gently backing off the pitch trim. That's going to cost us probably about 2-3 kilometers of altitude, maybe a little more.
Alamo 1-1, threat, Bra, 275, 15, 4,200.
Yeah, we're
Flying
now
southeast,
descending.
Tiger 2.
We didn't get that high. I've had this up higher. Still, I'd like to see any blue jets on this server come up here. We got very little control authority up here. Of course, the engine's out as well. And we're losing pressure in the hydraulic systems because there's so little air, the engine's not windmilling.
3,100, Tiger 2.
So we're gonna let it just drop nose down to lower altitude where we've got some air density. There's Sanaki, that's Blue's forward airfield. We don't want to overfly it and catch a chaparral. Okay, now I've got some air coming through the engine. It's windmilling fast enough to spin the hydraulic pressure back up. Which in turn will give me a little bit of control authority.
Raw, 234, 15, 4,100, beam northwest, Tiger 2.
As we come back down through 10 kilometers, which is about 30,000 feet. I gotta sort out my trim here, because I had it pitched full nose up. We're too fast to relight the engine, we gotta be below Mark 1. Hopefully I don't catch a SAM up here. Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 346, 7, 500, beam west, Tiger 2.
Should be out of chaparral range now.
Alamo 1-1, threat, Bra, 307, 15, 800, beam southwest, aviojet.
We're subsonic, transonic, so we're gonna relight the engine. I'm watching the needles spin up. Once they stabilize right about here, I'm going to start advancing the throttle. There we go. Air light switch goes off. And we go straight back into burner and start running. Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope. See if we can get a kill on somebody before the server goes back. Or
Circus
comes back
1-4,
up.
Overlord, Bra, 099, 16, 2,500, hot, Tiger 2.
Oh yes.
Circus 1-4, threat, Bra, 193, 15, 1,200, flank northeast, Warthog.
Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope. Oh, there he is, hello.
Alamo 1-1, threat, Bra, 230, 15, 1,300, hot, Warthog. Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 255, 0, 1,900, beam south, Tiger 2.
Get him nice and slow.
Alamo 1-1, merged, 214, 1,500, Warthog.
Did he just
Circus
crash?
1-4, merged,
Oh, Shulker got him
184,
maybe?
1,500, Warthog.
Is there another one? Overlord Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 173, 1, 1,000, hot, Warthog.
Don't see him. Something over there. One of the reasons I prefer human GCI, I'm blind as a bat, especially on the winter maps. I can't see shit. Overlord Circus 1-4 bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 0890, 300, Hot, Warthog.
There you are. There's another MiG with him. I lost sight. There's the MiG. Overlord Circus 1-4 bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 1870, 400, flank northeast, Warthog.
There you are. Oh, he's trying to gun me, that's cute. Oh, whoopsie, someone got baited. He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. He lost his tail. And we have no fuel, so now we go land. If we can survive the landing. The server will probably go down first. Game's chugging a bit, probably because the server's so busy at the moment. When it's less busy, and especially when I'm not streaming, it runs much smoother. DCS and OBS do not get along all that well together.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, Bra, 280, 28, 200, flank northeast.
They're about to capture
Tiger 2.
that. So we might catch a chaparral here right as the server resets. And there goes the server. We might hop in a Su-25 this time. I'm not sure which is our furthest forwards road base though. Hopefully 15? Whoop. Come on. Oh yes, this one's right on the front line. This is going to be super dangerous. They are almost certainly going to bomb this straight away, so I gotta get loaded up and started ASAP.
Заправка по плану. Перезарядка по плану. Прием.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15. Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15.
Circus 1-4, Overlord.
Sometimes
Copy.
it takes a few
More than
attempts.
15 kilometers.
No, neither of them are clickable. What HOTAS do I have? Thrustmaster Warthog. And I've got MFG crosswind pedals. I'll try and tap their road base first if I can get there unmolested, which is a big ask. Oh my god, there's so many blues on. Red has been chronically short on players for the past couple weeks. I think it's partly because of the MiG-21 being bugged out. We need more people, badly. Be very heavy and very slow with this loadout, so I want to get rid of these rockets as quickly as I can. Get nice and light. What was bugged? The sound, the internal sounds. So you don't hear your engine sometimes, which is really annoying. It actually makes it surprisingly hard to fly. And also, the hydraulic system bleeding off all its pressure and letting you, face plant into the earth with no flight controls because
Overlord,
you have your
Alamo
flaps down.
1-1, set tripwire 15 kilometers.
Pretty broken.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, copy, warning 15 kilometers.
Yeah, very impressive. It still is bugged too, which is why I've been a lot more careful about my landing approaches. Because I can't just yeet the flaps down on downwind anymore, I have to wait until I'm actually on short final and very slow. Very annoying. Like, it's pretty obvious it's a bug because you can't even fly the landing pattern the way the manual describes it, like the actual real-life manual. So, yeah, no, it's definitely not right. But it came along with some other things that were incorrect before and have been corrected with the hydraulic system. Like before, you would only lose hydraulic pressure from the engine, not windmilling, once you were on the ground. That's been fixed, but it seems to have brought this other issue with it. I don't have to fly very far to go nuke that fucking road base, which is nice. Hello, blue team. I piss on all you create. Ground units right... Oh, actually, no. Never mind. They haven't pushed this far yet, so I'll just do frontline work. I forgot. They'll be basing out of Sanaki and Kataisi, so we'll just do frontline work. Yes, a lot of NATO jets operated from road bases. I gotta be really careful because Kataisi has a lot of chaparrals and shit around it, which are dangerous to me. This is Enigma's Cold War server. It's not Blue Flag 80s. Overlord, Circus 1-4. Okie doke.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Bra, 241, 48, 100, drag southwest, Warthog.
We need to focus those A-10s. Because they're just wrecking our fucking front line. Normally, I don't like having F10 map ownership markers, but on this server you kind of need them so you can tell where the front line is and where you are in relation to it. There we go, there's a good target down there. Make sure I don't lose eyes on it. Where did I see it? Fuck. There it is. Pop-in's kind of rough. Bunkers under me are another frontline target as well, but we'll go for this one because I can fuck this one up nice and easy with the S-13s. Womp womp. Fucking deleted. Now I'll poach off the Vulcan that's covering these bunkers, but the S-13s, fuck's sake, the S-13s won't do much against the bunkers, so... That's what I was afraid of. That was a chaparral? From where? Do they have a FARP that I flew over? Oh, they do, right there. Okay, I can kind of see why people are complaining about the chaparrals. That was really fucking close to the front line. I think the main problem is when it is in the frontline sector, because you're gonna inevitably fly over it while you're attacking shit. But for the most part, people dying to chaparrals is because they're overflying them directly, which is a bad habit. Oh, I'm probably gonna get bombed here. Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15. That's really sketchy. Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15. Eric Pepper, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Copy. Warning 15 kilometers.
Come on. Gotta get out of here. Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Bra, 214, 20, 200, Hot, Tiger 2, Warthog.
Oh god. That's not a good sign.
Circus 1-4, threat, Bra, 212, 15, 200, Hot, Tiger 2, Warthog. Alamo 1-1, threat, Bra, 220, 15, 200, Hot, Tiger 2, Warthog.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Bra, 231, 10, 200, flank north, Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, merged, 214, 200, Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, merged, 203, 600, Warthog. Circus 1-4, merged, 239, 300, Tiger 2.
Trailing one's an F5. How? Oh my god, okay. I was gonna say, how the fuck did that miss? Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope. Saw another dot back here somewhere, probably an A10.
Circus 1-4, Overlord. Bra, 209, 9, 700, drag west, Warthog.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope.
Shit, I can't
Alamo
see.
1-1, Overlord. Bra, 191, 10, 400, beam west, Warthog.
There he is. There he is.
Alamo 1-1, threat, Bra, 216,
gonna take me really close to a frontline
2700.
target though.
Flank east. Warthog.
I don't want to get Vulcaned.
Circus 1-4. Threat. Raw. 246. 15. 2700. Hot. Warthog. Alamo 1-1. Threat. Raw. 266. 15. 300. Hot. Fast. 3-ship Tiger 2. Circus 1-4. Merged. 238. 500. Warthog.
Fuck's sake.
Circus 1-4. Threat. Raw. 290. 15. 200.
Probably out of range.
Fast. 3-ship Tiger 2.
Oh, I'm so screwed.
Alamo 1-1. Merged.
That was too risky, I shouldn't have done it.
2800. Warthog. Circus 1-4. Merged. 237. 2800. Warthog. Alamo 1-1. Merged. 316.
Shit.
200. Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1. Merged. 318. 200.
Oh.
Tiger 2.
I'm bad. So bad. Alright, let's try from a further... Oh, no, I can't, because somebody else already took it. All the road bases are occupied, and this one's about to get bombed. I shouldn't have gone for that A10. The issue is, nobody else is gonna fucking go for him, so if I don't, they will kill our entire fucking front line. That is something I've learned. Apparently, Red's current player base is allergic to shooting down the one thing they need to shoot down. They'd rather go chase F5s. I didn't mean to have my gun selected, but I must have bumped the wrong control. Overlord Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15. Overlord Circus 1-4, set tripwire 15.
Circus 1-4.
Struggles
Overlord.
with Australian
Copy.
accents
More than
sometimes.
15 kilometers.
Drop center tank. It's on the front of the stick in the actual plane, so you need to bind it. It's a pinky button in the real plane.
Overlord, Omaha 1-1, set fence.
I don't want to get out of my seat to go get it, Saber. Hey Dom, cheers for GCI yesterday. I'm going good. I'm not flying so good, but I'm going good.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, Raw, 171, 500, beam west, Warthog. Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 245, 15, 700, flank northeast, Tiger 2.
Overlord Circus 1-4. Bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 226, 15, 200, beam southeast, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4,
Where I wanna go.
Overlord, Raw, 2299, 1500, beam southeast, fast, Tiger 2.
Off my nose. Is that him? I think it might be.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope, A10.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord, Raw, 352, 4, 600, hot, fast, Tiger 2.
I'm probably gonna get zipped by AAA again. I'm behind friendly units at the moment, at least. Yeah, that's an F5 for sure. I think he just committed on me. I can't tell if he's turning away or towards.
Circus 1-4, merged, 252, 400, Tiger 2.
That's a bit far, it might not make it.
Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 236, 15, 200, flank east.
Yeah, there's no
Three
way
ship
that's
Tiger
gonna hit
2.
him. However, if he hangs around over our front line, we might be able to get a missile in. I'm getting tunnel vision so hard here.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, bogey dope.
Where the fuck
Alabama
did he go?
1-1, Overlord, I could not find you on scope.
Overlord, Circus 1-4, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, merged, 253, 100, Tiger 2.
He's fucking vanished in front of me.
Break, break, break. Circus 1-4,
I love when that happens.
merged, 257, 200, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 259, 6, 100, hot, 3 ship Tiger 2.
I had tone for like half a
Circus
second there.
1-4, merged, 265, 200, Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, threat, Raw,
Boom.
325, 15.
The other one's probably gonna get me though.
Flag south, 2 ship Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, threat, Raw, 318, 15, 400, flag east, Tiger 2.
Oh shit, good luck, Saber.
Alamo 1-1, merged, 323, 1600, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4, merged, 141, 700,
I'm in danger.
Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, merged, 316, 800, Tiger 2.
Ah, yep. Okay, I can't get shit done now. We have no fighters. Like, I don't know what they're doing. One more attempt. It's getting frustrating though. Like, this is part of the reason I haven't been playing on the server as much. It's just, there's no fucking air cover. No matter what I fly. If I fly in a fighter, I get outnumbered. If I fly in a ground attack aircraft, there's no fighters covering me. So, it's frustrating. It's like half of Red Team have just stopped playing since the MiG-21's bugged. Or they switched over to Blue, a few of them did. Just to keep things fresh, I guess. What happened in the MiG-21? The sounds are bugged out, you can't hear the engine from inside the cockpit most of the time, or you hear like this horrible scratchy, crackling noise. If you drop the flaps above about 350 or 400 kilometers an hour, the hydraulics bleed off completely and you die because you have no flight controls, which is a bug. There's a bunch of stuff. So people have just stopped playing. Overlord, Circus 1-4, set tripwire, 15.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, copy, warning 15 kilometers.
I'm lucky they haven't created this road base yet. Now we're going for ground kills. 10. I should be able to get at least 20 ground kills a flight in this thing. But I can't work uninterrupted because there's too many F5s around. How many fighters do we have? 1, 2... Oh, we might have a GCI now. Okay. Maybe it'll start improving now, but they still outnumber us hilariously. Red used to be really strong during Australian hours, and then all the Australians, except for me, apparently switched to playing blue. So then we had a bit of an issue. Are they doing GCI on 251? They shouldn't be. Whatever. I don't know what's going on. We have someone in the JTAC slot, but... Play a 19 instead? No, I'm probably going to have a shit of a time in the 19 as well. Besides, I've been going for nearly 8 hours, so... I kind of feel like doing something else. Yeah. The F-86s are a pain, because the MiG-21s will often kill themselves trying to deal with them. Weapons you take on a Su-25 when you have all weapons available? Depends on the mission. So here I'm trying to kill mostly light-skinned ground targets. S-13s. S-8s don't have enough power. S-24s and 25s are overkill, so S-13s. When I'm trying to kill hardened targets, like bunkers or sometimes tanks, S-25 OFMs. When I'm trying to make longer range standoff shots against air defense, I use the Kar-25L.
Circus 14, threat, Bra, 2159.
And the S-25L.
Beam northwest, Warthog.
An A-10, basically right overhead. Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope.
Circus 14, Overlord, Bra, 174, 21, 800, flank northeast, Tiger 2.
Oh. Shilka got him. The MLs? Yeah, I use them for air defense stuff, but I don't really use them on this server because it's just a waste of time. It's quicker to use the unguided rockets. I see a blue pilot. I'm tempted to war crime him. Do they have any Hueys on? They do.
Circus 14, threat, Bra, 146, 15, 400, hot, Tiger 2.
Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope. Coming out of the
Circus
fucking sun.
14, Overlord, Bra, 124, 7, 200, flank north, fast, Tiger 2.
Same.
Circus 14, merged, 122, 200, Tiger 2.
Fuck, I don't see him. Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope.
Circus 14, Overlord, Bra, 328, 5, 200, drag northwest, fast, Tiger 2. Circus 14, threat, Bra, 288, 15.
There's a saber.
200, hot, Tiger 2.
Oh, I don't know if he saw me. Catch that. Oh, yes. Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope.
290, 900, Tiger 2. Circus 14, Overlord, Bra, 291, 5, 800, hot, 2 ship Tiger 2.
2 ship, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna have to drop all my ordnance and go fighter mode here in a sec. I don't even fucking see them. They're over there somewhere, I think, because they're AAA. Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope. Might be the saber reckon above me.
Circus 14, Overlord, Bra, 155, 2, 1300, drag south, Tiger 2.
No. Maybe, I don't know. Is that an F5 with one wing gone? I can't tell. I can't see shit. Overlord, Circus 14, bogey dope.
Circus 1-4, Overlord, Raw, 0608, 1600, Hot, Tiger 2.
Don't tell me I fucked my compass over. I might have. There it is. No, that's a 21. Okay, go get him, 21. Good shit. Hopefully the 21 got him. So I would very much like to get back to my actual job here and kill some ground units. Fuck. One behind me. He's out cold at the moment.
Threat, Raw, 270, 15, 100, Hot, Fast, Tiger 2.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, set tripwire 10 kilometers.
Break. Circus 1-4, merged, 274, 100, Tiger 2. Alamo 1-1, Overlord, copy, warning 10 kilometers.
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, Bogey Doe.
Alamo 1-1, Overlord.
I'm so heavy
Raw,
with all these fucking
252,
rockets.
28, 200, Hot, Tiger 2.
I need him to keep his speed up and overshoot me. Oh, wow, what a genius. Okay, never mind. I am damaged though, he hit me. I love how they do that.
Circus 1-4.
I wish they'd stop wasting my time by
277,
coming near me though.
1600, Hot, Tiger 2.
Like, if you're just gonna kill yourself, don't come near me to do it. Just go do it at Kataisi, where it doesn't disturb my attack run. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this quick.
Circus 1-4, merged, 285, 1400, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 278, 15, 900, Hot, Tiger 2.
Oh my god, I took another hit, for fuck's sake. Cannot catch a fucking break here. I don't even know what hit me.
Circus 1-4, merged, 290, 800, Tiger 2. Circus 1-4, threat, Raw, 343, 15, 8200, flank southeast, Tiger 2.
A Vulcan? What? The Vulcan did that? Really?
Overlord, Alamo 1-1, Bogey Doe.
I give up.
Alamo 1-1.
Cannot get shit
Overlord,
done. I killed
Raw,
2 targets.
232, 15,
Cannot get
500,
shit done.
Hot, Tiger 2.
Right. I think I might call it there, guys. I'm starting to get cranky. I need something to eat. So I'll figure out where I can send you all. Next stream will probably be in a couple days' time. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Raw, 28.
Let's see who's on. Could you be cooperative today, please, Twitch? The answer's no. It's always no. Who is on? Ooh. I think I might send you guys over to... Might send you over to Sharkin. I haven't seen him stream for a while, so I'll send you his way. There we go. Thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. I will see you probably later in the week. Until then, enjoy Shark and catch you on the next one.